Hello, Umbraco and everyone. Hi, Callum. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm all
Yeah,
right. Busy. We were
episode
just discussing.
210.
Yeah,
Man, 210. Yeah, busy. You're muted. Hello, hello. Yep.
I think we've got a big delay on our stream again, which is fantastic news.
Okay, yeah, that will definitely help us to make it really efficient and effective. But yeah, welcome everyone in the another week. And again, whenever we were trying to collect all of the news, I thought it's a light on news episode and week. But again, Umbraco community surprised, and there is a lot of things to be discussed. Yeah, maybe we can start from 9.3 release candidate that was announced this week. And Rune wrote and again an extensive blog post highlighting all of the new things released there. And maybe I don't know if there are still code names to any releases of Umbraco, but this one is definitely member centric or authentication centric, I would say. Callum, what are your thoughts about this one?
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of stuff with membership recently, so this is quite cool, actually.
Yeah.
The two-factor auth stuff as well is going to make a massive difference. So historically, if you've done anything with Umbraco Identity, the two-factor auth stuff out of the box doesn't work at all because Umbraco's membership provider or identity provider has never supported it, but now it does, which is awesome, and it's going to mean a lot less code and a lot less hacks and workarounds for us. Some of our solutions.
Yeah, we did some multi-factor authentication with device codes stored in Umbraco as a hacky way of doing it. But we were awaiting this release as well a lot. Because to mention, this is for members. Of course, there were some opportunities and extensions already done for users and the back office access. But now it's more like for member-driven solutions. And yeah, it's got a lot easier. But also when it comes to handling external login providers, and I know it's been a pain for some of the integrations back in the days because they were not that easy to accomplish, and now it's got easier and easier. And yeah, there are some providers on the list already possible to be supported easily, like Google, Facebook, Twitter, and there's a lot of other potential candidates like Twilio, maybe even separated identity servers and providers on the market. Any of these you used, Callum, back in the days for any of your implementations?
I don't think we have actually. Funnily enough, I'm not a fan of these like sign in with Google or Facebook because your accounts are then linked.
Yep.
But we don't really put it on sites. But we have done stuff integrating with like third party custom systems or CRMs or something. We've done Salesforce logins recently, a few other fancy things like that.
But it will be a lot easier now, and that's probably something what will definitely help build more membership applications on the market. Plus, some organizations requires, let's say, single sign-on, for example, of using Microsoft accounts, and now intranets or the projects like this will be better and more clever handled within Umbraco ecosystem. But something what was also interesting, I didn't know that, to be honest, that right now we will be able to have a custom media folder and the path to even hide more than we are using Umbraco. Maybe that's also one of the interesting cases to do it.
Isn't just the fastest? Isn't this the path on disk rather than the public thing? I think
that's interesting.
The public URLs use the media URL
again.
Yeah. So they could be anything. You could even make it a CDN URL out of the box, and that just reroutes it somewhere else. I'm maybe I'm misunderstanding this. Maybe someone in the chat that knows more than me could say, but I think we've been able to do this for a few years with a bit of DI magic as well.
Yeah, you might have right, and probably this is the case. But and again, I'm assuming that it might be also related to some file system differences between operating systems, for example, right? So yeah, now it will be able to change it and do it with the composer, what is cool. And yeah, as every RC, it also has some dependencies upgrades. As every RC, the tests are needed, and yeah, there is a instruction and information how to test it, where to get it from, and everyone is welcome to play around with it. But yeah, it seems like a really nice release, focused on very cool features and enhancements. And Ronald also confirmed here that the new setting is added to change the physical path of the media. So just physical path. Cool. So that's 9.3 RC. There is a lot of links to how to also do it on the documentation level. So I kind of really like it, and of course it will be all linked down below the video for everyone to check. That was the big one from the releases, but we also saw a couple smaller project and package releases. And let's start from Warren. I don't know, Callum, did you see this one? Did you use this?
Briefly. I mean, this dates back a little while, doesn't it? This is the VS Code extension to read effectively the Serilog format, and I think this came from when V8 first launched, didn't it? And Warren made a log viewer basically for this.
Yeah, it's a desktop application available in the Windows Store.
Yes, it's desktop, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's possible to browse the compact log viewers from Serilog, exported and imported from Umbraco. But what is interesting here, and Asian flagged it to me today, that Warren uses a couple cool features and packages to, for example, automatically generate these release notes based on the commits and changes in the repo history. That looks really awesome, and I, as a huge fan of automation, I kind of like it very, very much. And yeah, this package is open source, of course, and everyone can take a look on that. Plus, I know that some people really liked the ability to, let's say, even transfer the logs and browse them outside of the Umbraco, and for some debugging sessions or similar, it was very, very useful. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't used it, check it out. It's a really nice project, and again, well documented and well built by Warren and hopefully a couple contributors as well. Yeah. So yeah, check it out. That was the one released this week. And another thing what we've spotted on Twitter this week was a lunchtime project from Lynn that turned into the inline SVG picker released for as an Umbraco package for V9. So yeah, to pick SVG images from sprite sheet. So it's even more complex than the standard image picker that allowed us to pick SVGs already, right? So I'm curious how it works and what it can do, because SVGs are getting more and more popular within our implementations, at least. So yeah, good work, and every lunchtime project can turn into something very useful from what we can see. That's it, and 3 more interesting releases. One of them is a semrush integration released by Umbraco HQ. So probably one of the another extension points of Umbraco, right now aiming to more SEM oriented. Yes. So for all the marketers, for all the SEO SEM specialists, marketers, SEMrush is one of the tools that is popular within this niche, and now it can be integrated with Umbraco as a content app here. And yeah, we can search keywords, search if page or title or any other property is maybe optimized against SEM and general performance there. So yeah, interesting. So we'll definitely see more of it as a part of this DXT evolution of Umbraco.
Indeed.
So this one, and yeah, this is for Umbraco 8.17, so not for 9 yet, at least.
It's not a V9 one, okay.
Yep. Another one is interesting again. I just take a brief look on it, but it's another headless client built on top of the Umbraco 9. But this one is also having a GraphQL added to it. So yeah, for all of these teams and developers who were missing GraphQL outside of Umbraco hardcore, it looks like something as an opportunity. So it's a client with GraphQL support, GraphQL dashboard as well added to that, and yeah, nothing more to mention because I haven't played with it yet, and it's pretty fresh package released when 3 days ago. Wow. So as an open source project. So I'm really interested in how it's built, what it does, because it's headless is more common these days, and I know that many people missed GraphQL ability to work with GraphQL against Umbraco content. So I'm curious how it's done.
Indeed, that is incredibly interesting. This seems to crop up a lot. I mean, of course, the GraphQL initial Umbraco GraphQL package for V7 that Rasmus and Pete and co kind of collaborated on was
yes, and the team from US, Benjamin and some other developers picked it up and wanted to enhance it. I don't know where it landed, to be honest, because I lost track on it. I helped in initial discussions about it, but it seemed like they really wanted to use GraphQL queries. And even last week or this week, I had a chat with someone who said, "Oh, I would really. We have a lot of GraphQL queries written already against some Umbraco content, so we would love to use it." So there is a need, and I think if there is a need, there is a way, and it seems like someone found a way. And again, it's an open source project, so yeah, with a lot of to dos, hopefully to be covered. So yeah, but it's just documentation.
This is also
check it out.
This is created by Nick from Limbo, so that's the team that works with Anders on the Skybird packages and stuff. So I'm sure a bit of I don't know. I suppose this isn't a company package, but some of that wisdom will get baked into this. It's probably going to be quite good, I'd say.
Nice. CQRS. Cool. We'll take a look. You've mentioned Limbo. Of course, Limbo also released something new this week, and Anders added the package called Limbo Block List. That is extension of the default block list for all Umbraco 8 and 9. So yeah, quality guaranteed, if I would say, from the Limbo team and Anders here. So if there is anyone who is heavily using a block list editor and wants to have it extended with, I believe, a lot of experience and knowledge put into it from the team at Limbo, definitely check it out. It looks really, really interesting. And Callum, did you and your team switch to block list? In the recent updates?
We're all in on block list. We've even I said about it in my Dutch festival talk. We've got some kind of interesting ways of making it work nicely with in code too. That maybe we'll try and open source. I don't know. I've got a bunch of extension methods and things that wrap around the block editor that make it quite easy to work with. So yeah, perhaps we'll do that. But yeah, we're all in on block list.
Nice. So yeah, that's definitely worth checking. If it can be even elevated higher and more deep into the code there. We've talked about Construct last week, and we've also mentioned that Matt will do that demo of some Construct on the Edinburgh meetup. It was yesterday, and from what I saw, Matt also prepared some various demos for it. I haven't attended it, so if anyone did, let us know how it went and what were the demos that was used by Matt, because I again, since last Friday, I was constantly thinking about what we can do with Construct. There's so many use cases, so many great opportunities.
There was some activity in the community over this past week as well of people getting inspired, having seen it on umbraCoffee, to go away and create something. I think Aaron Sadler's creating a demo of like a referrals engine, so tracking who's clicked your link and I guess being able to create referral codes or something via Umbraco, which looked really, really cool. I've seen as well. Someone else was having a play with it as well. I don't want to say the wrong person's name, so I'll just leave it at that. But someone said they had like 50,000 odd nodes in a repository or database rows, and they were paging through them with lightning speed. So that just shows its power, doesn't it?
Yeah, and again, it just also shows that we can be all inspired by some cool work and new opportunities. And if it will be made easier for us to set it up and work with it, it's just solution what matters, not the technicalities behind it or how to do it, because that's what Construct can solve already.
Indeed.
And the second meetup was at the same day in Chennai, and Warren was talking about getting started with Umbraco there. So these meetups happened already, and I must admit I haven't checked what's on the roadmap for the closest weeks again around meetups. So we'll probably do the update on the next Friday.
Coming up in 2 weeks, I think. I'm not sure really outside of that at this stage. That's on me to get together in the next couple of days and announce it.
There's a really nice section on our Umbraco in the community and meetups. We can all check it if there is anything else there. I will do it in the meantime. But in the meantime as well, you can mention that umbraCollab yesterday gathered from what Paul Seal said, around 17 people on top who hacked together some things around Umbraco, and Paul also invited everyone from Discord to hack something today as well, and he plans to work on some 9 Umbraco starter kit, if I'm correct, or things like that. So that's on Discord, and 17 people hacking at the same time. It sounds like a really interesting growth. And Callum, we both are that Discord centric users, so we obviously missed it. But if you were attending it, let us know, and let all people who are watching our stream now how it went. Did you enjoy it? And maybe that will be the best invitation for the next hacking sessions and next umbraCollab meetings on Thursdays.
It's quite cool how the kind of the focus for each week is sort of decided ad hoc during the week. So in this case, it was a few people saying, V9's great, but it's just a totally different workflow for me, and getting started is a bit tough. So Seb was like, well, hey, let's do a where's my cheese gone type session. And in previous weeks, it's been ideas that the community's been discussing or exploring, and that's great to see the output. Even if I'm not joining, it's very cool to see the community working.
And again, having opportunities to even dive and join this kind of session is probably priceless, because a lot of people are struggling with the same challenges. And if I would exactly think about the same problems now, I would be there and just enjoying the knowledge straight from the sources, because it's worth mentioning that Umbraco HQ members are also joining the streams there and helping every week. So kudos for that, and from even Carl's comment, you can see that it was very useful for even experienced people like Carl in this matter. This was event-wise, and some other announcements, some other things found on the list. Amphost, that is Aaron's company doing the hosting of Umbraco, announced new tier package of unlimited hosting. So if anyone is looking for shared hosting and wants to use something optimized for Umbraco usage, that's something new. I didn't check pricing because I personally don't use any shared hosting at the moment.
It's £500, £500 a month with the price for life guarantee and the 40% discount if you want it right now. So the other interesting
how big inflation is in UK then?
The other thing I was going to say though was which we're not the target market really for this product. I don't think. We're everything for us is on Azure, but that's cool. You see here it says choice of EU, USA, or both for your data center. And I did see a tweet earlier this week that Aaron was looking for some people to help test out a load balanced hosted setup, which that's quite an interesting premise. I understand Umbraco Cloud on Azure Web Apps now is, I guess, effectively load balanced too, but it's something people have been asking for on Umbraco Cloud for a long time. Auto scaling, like how can I make sure that my app can scale out and handle larger volumes of traffic? And equally, if what Aaron's proposing, which I think is the case, having a geo distributed setup, very, very interesting to see how that would work. So if Aaron's watching, share please.
And Aaron did some blogs before on how the infrastructure works for his solution. So here it's very interesting because probably we all can learn as well from how it can be done. It seems like it's using heavily Cloudflare powered features and opportunities. And yeah, we are far from times where we needed a lot of physical devices to do it. So now it seems like we can really distribute this traffic pretty well. And yeah, it's an alternative hosting for everyone looking for anything like that. And it's glad to see something like that, Umbraco centric. I used a lot of WordPress hostings like that, very optimized for using WordPress, and they were really making a change, because not every environment, not every hosting, Windows hosting, will be optimized for Umbraco. And here we might be sure that someone else who operates this provider is using Umbraco and knows what are the weak spots and problems with it. So that's really cool.
There's some big players in the WordPress world. There's WP Engine, which is like a huge managed hosting platform for WordPress, and they handle upgrades, and also I think they bundle in CDN and some other stuff, and some huge websites run on it, like absolutely massive websites. Like I think Wall Street Journal or something is on there, which is incredible.
Oh, yeah, there was a big Polish company doing the same and when they went down one day, you again realize how many big players used it in the past. But yeah, obviously it's a niche, and it's great to see this kind of coverage of niche from the Umbraco community as well. Another thing to mention is episode and week 10 of Patrick's package adventures. Patrick documents the process of building the SEO package now with the new UI and some new enhancements. So if anyone follows, anyone wants to learn and observe the progress, it's on Patrick's blog, linked below. And Paul and 24 Days team released new videos on YouTube channel with articles number 7 and 8 from this year's 24 Days, read by Paul on YouTube. So yeah, check it out if you want to listen to it or put it on the ear set and just do the work as I did with a couple articles already, and I kind of liked it.
I heard a rumor that some other people are going to voice some of these articles as well, not just Paul. I think in the coming, I don't know if it's 2 or 3 people. So either the next set or in a few, we'll have a different voice, which will be nice.
I feel extremely sorry. I feel extremely sorry for anyone who will be reading my article. It was I went on a couple flow state of mind evenings to write it, and yeah, sorry in advance for whoever it will be. But it's really interesting, to be honest. I prefer to listen stuff in my ear and do something else in the meantime. So it did the work in a couple of these articles. So yeah, looking for more. Another news, maybe less technical oriented, but more business centric. Jeffrey from Perplex team announced that they joining forces with Frontis, the company that thanks to which they will be doubling their knowledge and are going to make even cooler Umbraco things for our customers. And we might be a little bit biased by Perplex love, and they already did a lot of great stuff. And if it can be even cooler, I'm cheer for it, and I'm really looking for it. So yeah, congrats to both teams on joining forces. It's always good to see this kind of extensions and acquisitions. It's hard to say.
I've been talking with Arnold, of course, who's the partner manager for the Netherlands, and he said that what's happening in the Netherlands right now is their number of gold partners is in fact like dropping, because all of these gold partners keep combining, and someone gets bought, and then another gold partner buys them, and they've got huge companies, maybe hundreds or even thousands of employees, but they're absorbing gold partners, which is quite cool, and maybe is a testament to how well Umbraco is doing in the Netherlands too.
Yeah. That's for me. It's always a proof of evolution and maturity, because if companies are joining forces for the same good, that's always good in my opinion. So that's I congratulate for both parties if they will enjoy the same journey, and if they will do even more cooler things. It's just great to see. But maybe it's also an opportunity, if you've mentioned that these big companies for I don't know, not a gold but platinum partnerships or something like that for the biggest players on the market. But yeah, we'll definitely see more of it. So yeah, that's cool. And two final releases and information from Umbraco HQ side. One blog was very interesting with 5 best practices around data privacy, written by HQ and friends from the User Centrics company. So yeah, that's something what I think we need all care more about these days. So general privacy, all the cookies, GDPR stuff, and here it's really well gathered into 5 best practices from this perspective. So yeah, check it out. I don't want to spoil anything, but for everyone who is data oriented or interested in privacy or how to help clients reach the highest privacy levels with the implementations, it's really interesting to read that. And yeah, probably one of these blogs that Umbraco did very well, again, outside of the Umbraco world in this case.
Yeah.
Cool one. We'll of course link it up down below. And last but not least, another new hire, Jacob, joining the D team and enhancing the front end and architect capabilities of the team.
Yeah. So he's the team lead now for the I believe the team lead for the front end team, which is cool. They've hired someone in.
And large project on his plate right now is future-proofing the back office. So that's a good start and good place to really do something amazing.
A small task to get familiar with Umbraco, and they just a small.
Yeah, a pretty nice setup shirt as well from Jacob. Yeah, welcome and yeah, check out more about Jacob on the umbraco.com blog that we'll link here. And that's all from our list this week. As usual, if we missed anything, we apologize. And let us know if you have anything else to share. Callum, do you want to add anything? Did you have anything spotted during this week outside of it?
Not particularly. I saw some very interesting .NET content this week. Some things that just make you really consider the syntax you're using when you're writing code and the performance of simple things like string interpolation or additions or enumerating. And yeah, I'll see if I can maybe find the link and put that down below, because that was very interesting to read.
Yeah, I've attended a really nice conference yesterday, partially with my one ear, and learned about tools for automating online sales and online businesses with a lot of no-code solutions and integrations on top of that. So again, something completely non-Umbraco related, but I'm always amazed how we can save time and money, but not writing code. So that's something what I'm exploring. If there is a huge no-code interest in our community, I'm happy to share more of the findings. I started the profile called the Busy Programmer, but I should start another one called the Lazy Programmer, where I will share the no-code solutions. But yeah, that's around my interest recently. So yeah, shoot out people if you have anything else interesting to be mentioned, because of course on the next Friday we'll be here and we'll be doing some new set of news to be shared here. But we need these news to mention them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all from our list. Thanks everyone for watching. Paul is starting the hacking sessions now on Discord. So if anyone else here is in the hangar or needs to hack something together, go and join the Umbraco Discord, and we'll see each other as usual on the next Friday.
Yeah.
Thanks, Callum. Thanks everyone. Have a great